Mask mandate was reenacted last month. Dozens of businesses have been issued citations for failing to follow the mask rule.
Yeah, some have been issued warnings. Others have been cited for continuing to break those rules. Kenneth Meyer is the acting Business Affairs and Consumer Protection Commissioner. He is joining us now to talk a little bit more about what the city is doing. Nice to talk to you. Nice to have you here with us.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Lourdes.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about this. 110 investigations that you've done since that mask mandate went into effect. Talk to me about what you found. I know a number of citations were issued, but how are our businesses complying?
Yes, I think by and large, Chicagoans and our business community is abiding by the mask mandate that went into effect on August 20th. However, should a Chicagoan or anyone visiting the city of Chicago go into a place of business and see the business establishment is ignoring the mask mandate, either with employees not wearing masks or other patrons not wearing masks, they should immediately call 311. Then my Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection, we will go out and we'll actually investigate that place of business. And, you know, if it's just a patron or two, we go in there, or maybe a member of the staff that works there that's not wearing a mask, we'll give them a notice to correct or a warning. But if we go into a place of business and it's very egregious, no one's wearing a mask, the business is totally ignoring the health orders of the mask mandate, then we'll write a citation.
That's a good point. So you're not looking to just, get people in trouble for a couple of rogue customers who refuse to wear masks. What types of businesses are you finding that are not doing as good of a job at complying?
You know, Ben, we actually go out to all sorts of businesses. So it can be everything from, a retail store to a restaurant to a bar. We've been out to gyms for that matter. So we're not here at Department of Business Affairs. We treat all businesses equally. And it's really just based on the complaints. I will say that we do have an active compliance component to our investigations. And those are some of my investigators who are actually proactively calling businesses or also answering business questions. The one thing about the COVID over the 18 months is it's very, very unpredictable, and the rules have changed, not only in Chicago, the state of Illinois, clearly across the country, so that sometimes business owners, business managers are confused as to what to expect. So we always try to be proactive to educate the business community to make sure that everyone's cooperating.
And for many cases, it's not just issuing a citation, but you're also issuing fines. These businesses are having to pay some money in order to abide by these citations. So talk to us about this, how much it could hurt some of these businesses.
Yes, Lourdes. So when we write a citation, each citation can be a minimum of $250 per citation, upwards of $10,000. That citation then goes on to administrative hearings, which is our court facility for the city of Chicago, and that then becomes up to the judge and the business owner as to what the citations are actually going to be. But my recommendation is the business community should be wanting patrons to wear a mask. I think most Chicagoans are wearing masks. I commute to work every day to City Hall. I go across the various 77 communities all across Chicago. My experience is most Chicagoans are cooperating and wearing masks, which is a good thing.
Alrighty, Ken Meyer, the acting commissioner of the city's Office of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Well, the Bears continue to